Going to the library. Going to the library.
Okay. I'm going for my graduation. Go well.
Education changes stories, and being part of these stories is the real passion for us. MTN.
Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, actually, the final touch that we have it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Take 5 minutes, guys.
People, the hustle is real, but Ghanaians are pushing it. I have been so inspired by what people are doing. If you now, you know, do for yourself. Nobody go do for you, so you for do now.
Every step, every story, and every hustle. We're backing your journey. Together, let's build that dream from the start to something spectacular. MTN.
Going to the library. Going to the library.
Okay. I'm going for my graduation. Go well.
Education changes stories, and being part of these stories is the real passion for us. MTN.
Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, actually, the final touch that we have it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Take 5 minutes, guys.
People, the hustle is real, but Ghanaians are pushing it. I have been so inspired by what people are doing. If you now, you know, do for yourself. Nobody go do for you, so you for do now.
Every step, every story, and every hustle. We're backing your journey. Together, let's build that dream from the start to something spectacular. MTN.
Afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. Ago. Okay. I believe we all have a little something in our system. So we're not very empty, are we? So when I say ago, just as we do it all the time, as gentle as we can be, better yet, I expect some chance. So ago. Medasi. Good afternoon. My name is Andy Dusty. I'm your host. I'm a radio, TV presenter. I'm a DJ. I'm a man of many things. In fact, I'm a friend. So if you are my enemy, better yet, I'm someone. Thank you. Right. We're all here because of one thing, just to have a proper discussion of our color tunes. Better yet, how to do business, and yet how to distribute it properly and the monies we get in return. But today is going to be very engaging, so I would expect us all to share ideas. It wouldn't be just a one-sided interview or one-sided discussion. I would want us all to share our ideas. In case you have any question, better yet, you can come up on stage and ask. You'll be permitted to do so. As we all know, wherever we meet, we commit ourselves to God. And so we just hope that God is in our midst and He will see us through. Amen. Now, for our opening remarks, please let us all welcome Bless Sefenu Agojo, Acting Chief Digital Officer, MTN. Ladies and gentlemen.
Probably I'll borrow from you to say ago. Ghanaian music artists, Musica representatives and executives here present, GAMRO, producers, managers, and media partners, good afternoon. It is a privilege to welcome you all to MTN Ghana's first ever music conference today. Today's discussion is about opportunity, ownership, and sustainability in our creative economy. Ghanaian music is a powerful cultural export, connecting generations and reaching out global audiences. However, many artists still face a key challenge. That's how to connect visibility into sustainable income. Over the past decades, digital platforms like Boomplay, Spotify, Audiomack, and Apple Music have expanded global reach. But beyond exposure, we must focus on revenue. The industry data shows us to earn approximately 1,000 USD, an artist need to do the following. On Boomplay, an artist needs to have about 1 million streams. Same for streams on Spotify, and about 1 million streams on YouTube. Approximately, an artist needs about 250,000 streams on Apple Music. These are sustainable thresholds, especially for emerging and mid-level artists. In comparison, the same 1,000 USD can be generated through about 200,000 coloring backbone downloads, or CRBT, with the added benefit of recurring monthly income as long as subscription remains active. This highlights the importance of diversifying income streams in a competitive music landscape. At MTN Ghana, we position ourselves as a digital enabler. Our platform, Color Tunes, or CRBT, MTN Radio, which is also another powerful platform, our partnerships with PlayUp, Mdondo, which is usually called DJ Mix by our customers, provide direct access to millions of local listeners. However, artist participation, particularly on CRBT, remains below potential due to limited awareness, misconception about revenue sharing, strong focus on international platforms. This conference aims to change that. We believe artists deserve accessible and realistic income opportunities, transparency and trust, and then platform that rewards consistency. Our goal is to double the number of Ghanaian artists on MTN's digital platforms. Beyond what we want artists to strengthen, also fund connections, monetize engagement, and build sustainable careers. MTN does not see artists as content suppliers, but artists as partners. We are strengthening collaboration with Musica, Gamro, producers, managers, and rights holders to ensure fairness, clarity, and confidence in the ecosystem. MTN Ghana remains a committed partner and engaging and evolving to form productive partnerships that will drive growth of Ghana's music industry, and the reason why we are here today. I would like to take the opportunity to welcome you once again and ask that you get involved in the conversation as we get along. Thank you and for coming.
As you can see, I've not touched the mic. Immediately I got here, Madam Diana Hopeson said, "My height mate, hello." In this case, blessing, please. I need permission to adjust it to my level. Thank you very much for agreeing. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the tallest guys in the building. Right. Well, let me acknowledge some VIPs. Well, we are all VIPs, please. But I see some musicians in here. I see Kaukese, Mad. I see D Black. Yes, Black Ebony Music. Of course, Nsroma is a great musician. She works with MTN, better yet, a good musician. Madam Diana Hopeson. I see Luther. Noble Nketia is here. Who else do I see? Overall Musica President, Mr. Bessa Simons. Yes. Yeah, that's right. I see the beautiful twins, Lali and Lola. Lali X Lola. Yeah, I got it. That's right. Who else am I missing? All protocol observed. In case I haven't mentioned it, please forgive me. Lali X Lola, their manager is saying, now the musicians are saying we have to vote for the award scheme to award Best Manager of the Year. And we think he'll be the best manager because, well, he's with them everywhere they go. That's right. Please, let me also acknowledge the presence of my boss, Daddy Bosco, Mr. Okansi. That's right. I'm the only one appointed to call him Joe Blackie because he said when he was younger, he looked so dark. So yes, I acknowledge all in the voice of the other chairman, all and Sandrell. Thank you very much. All right, it's going to be a lovely discussion here today. Something big is coming. I'm about to be a very good Samaritan here. So please relax and let's start with our discussions. But first off, let me also acknowledge all musicians, Ghanaian music artists who are here. The Musicians Union of Ghana. If you're a member of Musica, please, you're welcome. Gamro, also here, Gamro. We have music producers and artist managers. Then we also have music consumers. And so we're all here for the program. Now, before we started, I tried something very, very interesting. I went on Google and I asked, show me how to rob a bank. And it said, I can't provide instructions for robbing a bank. That's illegal. and I don't give actionable guidance for violent crimes. If you are interested in the topic from a different angle, I can talk about how bank security works, how heists are portrayed in movies, or the history of famous bank robberies. What would you like to know, please? I've got Netflix. I can watch all these movies. However, I went ahead to ask, show me how to download colorback ringtones. And he said, colorback ringtones are called color tunes on MTN Ghana. That's the music people hear when they call you, not your ringtone. Here's how to download or set them in Ghana, mainly MTN color tunes, quick ways, USSD, dial _1355 hash, and the rest. Today we are also looking at the importance of copyright, publishing, royalty collection, and proper registration with Musica and Gamro, how independent artists can operate like businesses even without record label backing, how distribution, fan engagement, data and visibility drive long-term income and catalog value, why telco platforms like MTN Color Tunes can generate stronger revenue than traditional streaming alone. Again, how artists earn from MTN Color Tunes, that's CRBT, MTN Radio, Boomplay, PlayUp, and other streaming platforms. And so we'll be looking at all of these. It positions the conversation beyond how to upload music, okay? And focuses on the bigger goal, turning music into a sustainable wealth-building business. Okay, so not to spend too much time, please let me invite onto the podium my elders. First off, let me invite Boss of Black Avenue Music, D Black, please, if you can join me up on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's all welcome D Black. That's right. How you doing? Good to have you. Let's welcome music publisher, Ms. Diana Hopeson. Please, gospel musician Diana Hopeson. Miami Brapeni, the Musica president, Mr. Bessa Simons. Producer Bessa Simons, please join us. Now, Nsroma is here. Nsroma Amoateng, please join us. Nsroma, she's a singer, better yet, represents MTN, e-verticals manager. She's also a gospel singer. Ladies and gentlemen, these are my icons. I'm waiting for one more. I think Baba Sadiq will join us pretty soon. And so here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, these are my elders for today. Elders, please turn on your microphones if you have them with you. Welcome. I'm going to start with you, Madam Diana Hopeson.
Why are you laughing?
Oh, me who are Meniaji.
That's a good one.
The Gen Zs don't know this song. You don't know this song. And they were singing, Share, when this woman released that song, Charlie, superstar be that, oh. Share. Like by now, you guys, you see I'm before bow safe. Madam, I bow.
That was 93.
That was 93. Lali X Lola. You were not born yet. Huh? Who else? Luther, no, you there, you grew. You 1974 or something. Yeah, you grow.
He said he was 7 years old.
He said he was 7 years old.
D Black.
D Black was 7 years old in 1993. But you so.
Why are you calculating?
Of course I'll calculate.
You were 25.
Oh, 1993, how old? I think I was in Form 5 at the time. Oh, but Form 5. I was a young student. I went to school at a very young age, so yeah. Form 5, yeah. 1993. Ish. Mommy. Right. Okay, so welcome.
Thank you.
We are in your hands.
So, at this time that the whole world has gone digital, music has changed. And when it comes to hits, the song is everywhere. But where is the money? You know, I'm TikTok, I'm everywhere. The song, they are singing it everywhere. Where is the money? Now, the most important thing is for the song to be well registered so that anywhere it makes that noise, it will be traced, the monies will be traced back to the right owners or the interested parties who have contributed to that piece of music. The Ghana music ecosystem for many years didn't have the feet of publishers working actively. You know, it started with physical music. And so, oh, you've sold this number, this is your money. But now that is no more. And unfortunately, we were a bit too slow in changing over. And so then we have good hits and Sikano Wahi. That pushed me into setting up GH Music Publishing and also to advocate and educate so that when your music is done, yes, you are not the only person who did it. So one, right from the composition, all the people who contributed for you to get the song, you need to acknowledge them. Then comes the studio, the people who worked on the songs. Then you need to register at the Copyright Office. Now, when it goes commercial, you need to belong to your own CMO. That's the Collective Management Organization. In Ghana, we have GAMRO. Some musicians, Ghanaians, that would prefer even registering with other foreign CMOs. Now, it is GAMRO who will have to give you your IPI, that is like your music DNA. And if your work is not well registered, when I say that, I mean the split is not well done. If you put it in the stores and you get for your sales, there are other rights that you may not get. And they has to do with your mechanical royalties, your neighboring rights, and even sync. Sync is when the music is used in arts or film. And the mechanicals, you get that from reproduction and streaming. And then the neighboring rights, when the TVs, radios play, that is where you get it. So it's very, very important that in today's world, as an artist, make sure that your work is well registered. Now, where does MTN come in, since we are here in yellow? It's time that MTN is not only for communication, like we were welcomed with a beautiful speech of how music now makes income. I am looking forward that we can now even do direct sales with MTN. And that will mean we need to really talk well, get all the copyright issues well, so that we can just with the click get people to buy our songs, not just ringtones, but move into actual sales on the digital platform. Andy, what other area are you expecting me to speak?
Oh, sorry, you just got me. Oh, please ask your question again, sorry.
Okay, so I just gave a background. And what we do as GH Music Publishing is that we deal mostly with gospel. We have 86 artists. We do the splits. We have sub-publishers in other territories where we send a catalog so that they will look out for your work. We are linked with GAMRO and other, I think, 21 CMOs around the world. That is what we do.
Okay.
And we seek to do more with MTN. And when it comes to ringtones, my catalog is still outstanding.
Yeah.
Where is wisdom? Wisdom, I'm pulling you here. So, yes, I think I will.
All right,
end.
well, that's good. One other thing I would want us to look at is the importance of music publishing.
Yes, okay. So music publishing is very, very important because if your work, the splits are not well done, your catalog is not with other sub-publishers who can get your royalties, and you just put it out there, you will lose some royalties that you as an individual cannot claim. There are some royalties that CMOs and publishers can collect where you, an individual artist, cannot get. And that is why publishing is very, very important. Now, apart from the streaming, the mech, and the sync that we take, publishers usually will do the sheet music where your work is transcribed and other things. And those ones publishers do. So if you want your work to stay like forever and for you to get your royalties till you die, it is good to engage a publisher so that you can get all your revenues. Thank you.
All right. Now let me get to Uncle Bessa. Uncle Bessa, Brapeni, welcome.
Thank you.
Right.
Good afternoon, everybody. Don't worry, cheer up. Black Star is going to bring home the cup. Musica. Musica. If you are a musician and you are here, this is what we say. When we say Musica, we all say we are together in rhythm. It's for a very simple reason. If I should get up now, at the moment I have the power to do aluta anywhere. I can go to the government now and say, government, please, we need this. And the government will listen to us, provided you all are together in one rhythm. So I can't go there and people are not behind me. I'll be shouting when I look behind me. It's very weak. So everybody must be a member of Musica. It is very important, especially the young ones. You are the future. So please take it seriously. Before I start, let me clear this misunderstanding. Musica is different from Gamro. You know, Gamro is a CMO. Gamro collects your royalties and distribute. So that is why Musica does not collect any money and distribute. But let's say if you are in trouble, if you're having any challenges, it's Musica that you have to come to so that we give you all the necessary support that you need. For example, a lot of musicians don't have legal advisors. Musica has it. So at least if you have a contract or anything, you can come to Musica, and then we will make sure you are looked after. Also, when it comes to collecting money, we should all support Gamro to stand on their feet, because that's where maybe our biggest income stream will be coming from. So having cleared that, let me also say, for the first time in Ghana, Musica has initiated a pension scheme. And I think we deserve a big round of applause. You know, like many of you don't know, I started playing music at a very tender age. By the age of 9, I was playing keyboard for older, my father musicians. And I've done it up till now. But never did I hear them talk about pensions. That is why we see sometimes musicians get old and, things are a bit difficult for them. So we have this special pension. You just contribute the lowest, 100 cedis a month. I know musicians will like chopping good food, but cut it down, do your pension. In 5 years' time, or when you are 60, you'll be looked after until God calls you. So on behalf of Musicians Union of Ghana, I bring you warm greetings. And let me begin by commending MTN Ghana for this timely and forward-looking initiative. This conference is not just another gathering. It is a strategic intervention aimed at addressing one of the most pressing issues facing Ghanaian musicians today: sustainable income generation in the digital age. As we all know, the music industry has undergone a rapid transformation. While digital streaming platforms have opened up global audiences for our artists, they have also introduced new challenges, particularly around revenue. Many artists are creating great music, gaining visibility, but struggling to translate that visibility into meaningful and consistent income. This is why today's conversation is so important. The focus on digital monetization, especially through platforms like Color Tunes, CRBT, is both relevant and necessary, as highlighted earning significant income from streaming alone often requires millions of streaming. For many upcoming musicians, especially the young ones, this can be a difficult threshold to reach. However, alternative platforms like CRBT presents a powerful opportunity, one that offers recurring passive income driven by fan engagement and local consumption patterns. When properly understood and utilized, such platforms can complement streaming and create more balanced and resilient income ecosystem for artists. At Musica, our mandate is clear: to protect, promote, and advance the welfare of Ghanaian musicians. This includes advocating for fair compensation, building capacities, and supporting innovation in how music is created, distributed, and monetized. This is why we see this collaboration with MTN not just as partnership, but as a shared responsibility. We must work together to educate our artists on how digital platforms truly work. Ladies and gentlemen, it might interest you to know that Musica has offices across all the 16 regions in Ghana. And so we don't look after only musicians in Accra. If we get million CDs, we will share it to every musician in Ghana. We won't do it only in Accra. And that is why it is important. Anything we do here, we have to take it to the other regions for the musician in Upper East, Upper West, also to benefit. We also have to build trust and transparency around revenue systems. I want to share this with my fellow musicians. I'm a businessman. And trust is so important in business. If I don't trust you, there will be so many challenges in our business. So please, if you are working with anybody, make sure that trust and transparency is there. It makes it easy for business. And music is business. Music is business. You just don't do it for fun. When people get to know you, now you start not taking trotro. If you don't take trotro, you have to buy petrol. So please, let's build a trust with our business partners. Encourage adoption of new income streams. And most importantly, empower artists to take ownership of their own digital values. I want to particularly emphasize the importance of mindset shift. The future of music revenue is not dependent on a single platform anymore. It lies in diversification, leveraging streaming, live performances, brand partnership, and digital tools like CRBT collectively. As an industry, we must move from dependence to strategy. On this note too, this day and age, everybody should find a way to learn how to play live music. Live music is different from miming. Sometimes you have to pay your dues because you are playing with the band and you need to know what you want from the band. And as Musica, we've been training young people to learn how to play with the live band. And every March, we organize a concert for them. So this is another reason why, if you are a Gen Z, you have to join Musica. Or you don't agree with me? You don't agree with me?
We agree.
Musica is your only union. Tomato sellers have their union. So if musicians don't have a union, you can imagine. So do you agree with me? Yes. Musica. Now the vim is building. Okay. So please, don't leave this conference with just inspiration. Leave implementation, ask questions, participate actively, onboard your content, promote it, track your earnings, grow your fan engagement. I'm going to jump this one and finish it. Ladies and gentlemen, The Ghanaian music industry is rich with talent, culture, and global potential. What we need now is structure, collaborations, and innovation to unlock its full economic value. Let this conference mark a renewed commitment from all of us to build a music industry where creativity is not only celebrated but sustainably rewarded. Musica stands ready to support this journey. Together, let us create one industry where Ghanaian musicians do not just survive but thrive. Thank you, and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. President of Musica, Mr. Bessa Simons. Now, before we continue, please, owner of car registration number GH5225 is a Jeep vehicle. Owner of car registration number GH5225, kindly attend to your vehicle immediately. It's a Jeep. Thank you very much. Let me also acknowledge the presence of musician Episode. Episode is here, as well as Camido. I see musician Camido. I see producer Sconti. I see Saminiwa from the Multimedia Group. Yep. Okay, great. Now let me invite onto the stage a man who is a marketing communication, public affairs and technology professional with extensive experience across marketing, media, entertainment, tech, and politics. Well, he was just appointed by the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency President John Mahama, as Ghana's ambassador designate to Nigeria. Please, the founder of 3 Music Networks, Mr. Baba Sadiq Abulai Abu Mame from Kaswa. Yes. Yes, Honorable. His Excellency. Nice. His Excellency. Hey, can you imagine my own friend? Next time I see him, I just can't say, Jack, Nasu say. You see him now, oh, His Excellency. We won't go to Kaswa, don't worry. We'll go to Kaswa. Welcome. Welcome. Good to see you again. Right. Quickly, let me get to D Black. D Black, welcome. I want us to look at how independent artists can operate like businesses even without record label backing. If you can take us through. Because you've done this over and over.
Yeah, but I want to start from somewhere else.
Sure.
Is that fine?
Yes.
Okay. So, listening to...
If you can give me that, your rapping voice.
You say?
That your voice, the one you used to rap.
No, this is not rapping.
This one is talking voice.
Talking.
So if you can amplify it a bit.
So I feel like after listening to Mrs. Hopeson and Mr. Simmons, I feel like the first step in order for musicians, creatives, and producers to be a part of Musica and Gamro wholeheartedly, it has to start with education. We speak about royalty collection and we speak about publishing, but there's a lot of musicians and producers that don't understand and even know what publishing is. They don't know what type of royalties exist. They don't know there's mechanical, there's performance, there's sync. A lot of musicians are not in the know. A lot of people in this room don't understand it yet. So how do you even understand what's going on when you go to Gamro? Second thing is structure and transparency. I belong to 2 different royalty collection societies. One is called Capasso in South Africa, yes, and ASCAP in the US. Now, the first song I ever registered in my entire career was in 2012. It was Overa. Now, I've made probably over 100 and something thousand US dollars off royalties of just that song, collected by other societies. In my home country, 0. But I registered with ASCAP in 2012. ASCAP has been collecting for me, Sound Exchange has been collecting for me, But in 2020, after my break from music, I went and registered with Capasso in South Africa. When I gave them my whole catalog, they told me that Gamro has registered my song since 2012. So Gamro has been collecting the money since 2012, and me, the song owner, I don't even know. That's why I speak of transparency. How do you know to trust Gamro to give you what you are due? How has Gamro collected my song for 14 years? Royalties. And the composers of the song have no idea. The producer has no idea. I have no idea. The featured artist has no idea. But moving forward, I feel like structures must be put in place. It's not just about saying, come and join. It's about showing the musicians and the creatives that this is how we are accountable for your money. This is the percentage. Once that's done, I think it'll be easier for creatives to join easily. Now, third thing is I don't know the ASCAP office, I don't know the Capasso office, but I know their website because we're in a digital era now. Once all this education is done and this trust is there, we should be able to go on a website and sign up and upload your music. You don't have to physically go into offices and submit your music and fill forms. The tech age is really important in the industry that we are in now. I feel like the systems at Musica and Gamro need a facelift. A lot more education and marketing needs to be done as well. That's my 2 cents on Gamro and Musica. And back to the question Andy asked, how creatives can create a business without the with the need of a record label. To be honest with you, Jessica, it all boils down to having an investor and a proper team in place. A lot of people skip over legal advice, legal counsel. Today, at the come yourself, I came with my lawyer, James Afedo Esquire, sitting in the back there. I came with a road manager, I came with a camera team, I came with a media team. These people, or this team, is essential to an artist's success and growth. Social media is a powerful tool now. You need content, you need great music, you need a solid team that understands. You need a solid graphics team. Episode, super graphic designer, you guys have no idea. He's designed for me before, yeah. You need a solid team in place before you can think about being a successful, lucrative business in the music industry. I think once you have that in place, that's the first step to success in the music industry as an artist here who does not want or need the backing of a record label. Thank you.
Nice. Okay, let me get to Nsroma. I think I haven't spoken to you yet. Welcome. How are you? Right. You represent MTN, so my conversation will be directed to you. Questions like why telco platforms like MTN Color Tunes can generate stronger revenue than traditional streaming alone.
Okay, so MTN has a number of music platforms that we collaborate with to give our customers value, different genres of music from all over the world, of course with focus on local content. This conversation is not about forgoing all the other platforms. Now it's a global stage. You need to leverage on Spotify, you need to leverage on YouTube, you need to leverage Apple Music.
Audiomack. All those platforms are necessary for you to get the traction you need around the world. You could be in Ghana and not know that you actually have a very strong following in Kenya because of these platforms. So I would just give a song of mine as an example. I released a song last year in April. That was just exactly a year ago. And I have been doing this for a while, since 2013. That's when I released my first album. The first album I had somebody to sponsor the album recording and then some promotion. And that was it. So from then till now, I've had to do it myself. And like a lot of musicians, that is the story. There are a few, about 10% of the whole musician population who would get a big sponsor pumping good money. But if music has called you, you know that it's not something you can easily forget about. No matter how the struggle is, no matter how difficult the journey looks, it's a passion that is burning deep within you. So you still want to keep on doing this. Okay, so the last song I released, I put it on the digital stores. I have a distributor. And then on YouTube, I spent $500 to promote. And when I promoted with $500, which should be approximately like 6,000 CDs now, I had about 300,000 views on YouTube. Now, I realized that I could see from the analytics that I had gotten some good traction in other countries as well. So that is good exposure. But then there was no revenue on YouTube for me. It was some visibility, which is good. If I had spent the same money on MTN, that's 6,000 CDs, on CRBT, let's say, there are channels we use internally to promote some of these services. So if I had spent that 6,000 CDs promoting the song on CRBT, I would have been assured of 40,000 downloads on CRBT. And that would have converted into approximately 2,200 CDs revenue every month. So, I mean, for most musicians, the argument has been, oh, the revenue share is small. But YouTube is not giving me any revenue share. I've spent money, I didn't get anything. I've spent money on Boomplay, getting on editorial playlists. Yes, gives you some visibility as well. But the reason why I want us to draw attention here is this expenditure is not just giving you money back, it's also giving you visibility. Now, if 20,000 people download my song, other people calling those people are going to hear that song. This advantage is not present in all the other streaming platforms. Another very strong point for this platform is when you have 1 million streams on YouTube, on Boomplay, on Spotify, like Bless spoke about earlier, you can earn $1,000, but that is one time. To make your next $1,000, you have to move to 2 million. For YouTube, for CRBT, once I'm able to get my 40,000 downloads with the money I spent on YouTube that I had nothing for, I get my 2,200, and it's a recurring revenue because the customers that subscribe to the service pay every month for having the tune and other people listening in. So you know that you are actually building a sustainable revenue stream for yourself. I use this example of 6,000 because it's something I did. But when you compare CRBT to all the others, you need 200,000 downloads to get $1,000. So let's say I decide that I've released the song. I'm going to try and lock down this $1,000 on MTN CRBT. How am I going to do that? I can have a promotion budget of 30,000. That is big if you think about it. But if I do 30,000 in January, I have 200,000 downloads. I'm going to get $1,000 in January at the end of the month, at the end of the 30-day period. I'm going to make $1,000 the next 30 days. And by the end of the third month, I would have actually recouped that investment. And the rest is recurring revenue that I'm making. And so we don't have to, it looks like knowledge is becoming a disadvantage for us because we don't know what happens at the back of Boomplay. We don't know what revenue your song actually generates and what percentage they give to you. We don't know what Spotify does. It's a black box. We have been that transparent to tell you this is how much you are giving. And it has become a disadvantage over the years. But now looking at the hard figures, there's no streaming platform out there which is giving you what CRBT will give you. And so there's money on the table that we are sleeping on. And it is something we should look into and take very seriously. For those of us who have sustained this without any record labels, without any big push, and you have to sustain it to get to the point where somebody will notice you and say, okay, you have what it takes. Let me put something in. Until then, let's take advantage of the opportunities.
Right.
And yes, benefit from
Okay,
it.
I've got two questions for you, which I picked from your submission. There are two questions. One, just as you mentioned, we are disadvantaged when it comes to education. So where I sit on my radio show, even on social media, I have thousands of young musicians coming to me every day seeking help. Now, the first question is, how do they even upload their songs? Or how do they get their songs on Color Tunes? That's one. Number two, an artist sits in the comfort of his home, makes a video and say, yeah, because of my music, I got myself a Range Rover or a Rolls Royce. And yeah, whom am I not to believe? We all believe that because yes, it's true. This man sits here and he makes his money. You ask him, he will tell you, oh, because of his music. And people sit out there and they doubt. In this case, how do we believe that? And two, must we? How do we upload the songs or get them on the color? One other thing. Then you also mentioned that if you add money, must you boost it with money to get more streams? All right, thank you.
How many questions were there? Must you promote?
Three.
And then how do you believe that these earnings are real? And then how do you upload the songs?
Yes.
Okay. So we work through content aggregators because we have to manage resources, people to manage accounts. So we have a number of content aggregators that we work with that the artists can work with and then have their songs uploaded. Mrs. Hopeson mentioned Wisdom's name because she's been dealing with him to get her content uploaded on the platform. So one thing we are doing today is if you are interested in being onboarded to any of the platforms, we would take your name and then the platform you are interested in, and then the partners will get in touch with you for the onboarding. That is one thing. Now, to believe whether these numbers are true, I mean, for $1,000 for a musician who is charging like 100,000 per show, it might not mean anything to them. But like I said, if you are doing this and you're spending money every time and you haven't started earning, this is something you should take seriously. And I am doing music, and I've been doing it from 2013. I have worked with other platforms, and I have worked with CRBT, and I see where the advantage is. So this is what I have experienced personally. These are proportions. It's really dependent on how much money you want to invest. But you don't necessarily have to invest. You don't. It is the number of downloads that are going to give you the revenues. Now, if you have a big fan base, which is also another thing we have to do. I was on a radio interview on Hits FM That was last year, and they were asking me how to get my music. I talked about the streaming platforms, and then I mentioned CRBT. And she was like, oh, you are the first artist who has mentioned this on radio. Nobody talks about it. Because nobody really has seen the opportunity that is therein. Because our focus has always been on small revenue share. But if you have a big fan base, maybe you have 1 million followers, getting 200,000 downloads is very easy for you. You don't need to do any campaigns or anything to achieve that. It's the numbers. Maybe you have shows in the stadiums. You can tell everybody, pick your phone and do this. You could get your 200. I mean, I don't know, the stadium is not up to that, but then you could be getting big numbers as you gather the people. And even as an A-list artist who is charging big money for shows, this might not interest you now. But you can decide that I'm going to put this in my pension fund. I'm not going to touch CRBT money. It comes every month, it goes. You have nothing to lose. That's why I was saying that it's money on the table. You've already done the song. MTN is not charging you anything to load your song on the platform. MTN has over 25 million customers. Only about 5 million of them are on CRBT. There is still a big opportunity for growth. So we need to engage the fan base and be interested and active in getting these songs on the platform so that we can start making money off them. Now, you talked about, when you Googled how to get on CRBT, it was talking about USSD.
That's right.
There are various channels. There's USSD. There are online channels now that you can actually have your song, a link generated uniquely for each of your songs that you can put online. You can decide to run an online campaign with a call to action, that is click a button, which will take you directly there for people to download the song. So there are avenues that you can take advantage of. You don't necessarily have to invest, but then if you want to see your downloads grow fast, then you put money to make money.
Right. Thank you very much. What, you want to say something? I see you getting closer to...
She's very sharp.
And not nervous, okay.
I agree. CRBT is a very overlooked streaming revenue platform. I think that every musician needs to take advantage of the CRBT platform. There's a company called Fan Love Africa. Some of them are here. They're also on borders. So if any artist is here is interested, look for them, or they'll look for you. CRBT definitely is a big revenue stream. I can attest to that.
Okay, Baba Sadiq. Sorry, Your Excellency. Charlie, see you. I'll get myself in trouble. Yeah. That's right. Okay. I want us to look at distribution. How distribution, fan engagement, data visibility can generate high income for artists or users of color tunes or streams.
All right. Is it afternoon here? Good afternoon. I think that...
Is it morning in Nigeria?
Of course, there's 1 hour ahead of us. So I think that, she just outlined the fact that there are various platforms available, which is known to a lot more people today. Today, I'm sure everybody knows the names. They'll mention the Spotify's, they'll mention the Boomplays and the platform. D-Black added the fact that CRBT seems to be an overlooked avenue for distribution. And I'm glad that she mentioned, I think for a lot of industry people that saw the transition then, it was a significant revenue line for industry people. Along the line, I think that a bit of the misperceptions of the trade may have pushed them to all these other platforms. So I think that the platforms for distribution is available to a lot more people. There are a lot more that is coming. Today, your average social media platform, some of it have actually become distribution platforms as well. For some of them, their data embedded, and so you see at the back end information on where your fans are, where the most of your users are, so you assess it. But today there are a lot more platforms that gives you access and insight on how you should even go about your music in terms of even the themes that you have to leverage on and all of that. Today's none of the stars are dropping music just like they did it previously. It's not how you are feeling anymore. It's not just because I had a broken heart, let me put it. Sometimes just because you had a broken heart, putting it into a good song could get you there. But today it's research-based, it's insights. You need to understand the various different uses of the music. You also would probably understand in the same ways that it works in marketing, because at every point in time, you notice that the active users of music will be between a certain age. People will come within that bracket and move up and become less active. Then some will join. So for instance, you will know from insight that the active users of the music, those whose activity with the music gives you the on-trend value, for instance, for usually between the ages now, it's come down to about 13 to 24. These are the active. And then from 24, they begin to become a bit more passive. Of course, lifestyle changes and a lot of things. So, and again, when you look at the active users, if they are the ones that you're looking for instance, the themes that you've got to speak about, that's very important. Just yesterday, I was listening to a new song from Tiny Temper. D Black would know Tiny Temper because at the time that D Black broke out, that's when he was. Tiny Temper broke out in 2009, 2008, 2009, 2010. When he had his big star written in the stars, was 2010. Now he has a song, Living Life. If you listen to the song today, you know he's targeting that active music user base to get him relevance and visibility and all of that. Because the active users base today, they resonate easily. Even the lingua, Black Sherif's pidgin is totally different from Quackers' pidgin. When you listen to, when they say Linkstar, when they say all those things. So today it's insight driven. Some of the platforms will give you that, but you have to spend more time probably with your team doing that. It can be very expensive. And of course, I think that's something that in past when we did the radio rounds, we never speak about. Music is expensive. For you to thrive, gain recognition, visibility, let nobody kid you. And today, it's worse. If you don't have money, you won't break through, regardless of the talent. Sometimes there are exceptional circumstances where just your talent could get you some attention. On TikTok today, there's a guy that has broken through from Mali. He's called Zikri Surikata. He's done some song in Bambara, in Jula language. He just broke through. There are instances, and then the record labels, everybody is coming to him. There are instances like that. But then also, you can also build your life almost like a content creator. Now I'm moving to visibility, for instance. You are not just a musician, you are a musician, but you need to adopt the mindset of content creators, that have gone on to build influential fan bases that are leverageable. So today we ask anybody here, I'm sure you know Amma Belland. You know her? You know Amma Belland? You know Dulcie? Okay, so these guys are content creators that have consistently been churning out content across the platforms, and they've harnessed a big audience that is leverageable. Today, they're able to move the content, they're moving to move the fan base that they've harnessed digitally to their live event, and it's blocked and nobody understands it. So it's expensive, it's tough, but if you're an artist coming up that do not have the benefit of the investment that you need to be able to break through and have a hugely resonatable sound, you would have to adopt the mindset of a content creator so that you can consistently be churning out content, even before you release. Even before, don't wait to just release and be churning out content. It's good when you release and you're able to have a content strategy and be pushing it out on your platforms. That is if you are not having the funds to be able to do some of the things, advertising, and even pay some of these influencers and dancers to be able to generate on-trend value for you. But you've got to have an all year round content creator mindset in the ways that if you're able to become, because today I was telling Ricky and Co that if Amma Belén drops a song today, you will know that she'll get some. It's a good song. Even when they talk about, hair dropping in music alone is enough to generate bars, talkability, which is all good for you. So, there are various ways to it, But I mean, what I can say to a lot of them, because I understand their challenge. Everybody that's sitting here is looking for money. You are not going to get the money without traction. I mean, even for the labels now, that there are 1,001 labels that are coming into Ghana every day offering deals to young stars. But if you look at it, they are offering it to people that have traction. If you have traction and your song is popping, that's the word, everybody will come to you, from the distributor platforms to offshoots or the main record labels offering you one deal after the other, catalog sale, all of those things, right? You know, but if for you to gain and get to that, to get that traction, you need to understand that particularly if you don't have the benefit of that investment, adopt the mindset of a content creator. Build value, harness a fan base, make it become, I mean, it's always leverageable. We've seen the examples like I cited, and then you can begin to look at all the platforms, including CRBT, that has since worked. I mean, I'm waiting to see the stats and the details and the numbers on CRBT as it's today. But in the ways that is mentioned, I think that it's a platform to also look at. So I think I've combined conversations on platforms, visibility, and other things. I mean, if they are subscribers.
That's right. We're pressed for time, and so what we have to do now is to ask questions. If you have questions, please, my beautiful lady in here would come to you if you raise your hand up. I'll take very, very few questions. Yes, thank you very much, sir.
Good afternoon. My question is just, now, those days, the entire platform just...
Please speak up, sir. If you get
those days, the entire platform just vanished, just like that. Someone like me attributed to other temples falling out and all those stuff. You get it? So I'm asking, MTN itself need to market the platform. Apart from we marketing the platform, you need to market the platform. So what are you doing different? Then again, on that platform, are we looking just at the Ghanaian audience, just the Ghanaian customer of MTN? Because I know MTN is on other countries in Africa. So are we looking at other ones too? That's to you. D-Black, very unfortunate for all of us. We like talking about Musica, our own welfare, let me put it, not Musica. Our own welfare in a very sideways, laugh about it, everything. For me now, I've understood that Musica is not just about you, the artist, it's about everybody here. As a talent manager, I've done this for so long. So my livelihood depends on yours. And if you're supposed to do well, I will do well for sure, because this is the trade I've picked up. Instead of we just talking about it, you know as much. You've been a label manager, you own it, you've put your money in it. Why instead of saying them, pay Musica a visit, join them, put some of these words into action, help them. For the good of you doing good, just doing good. How much will it cost you to set up a website for Musica, for helping, for approaching? So we move out from we talking about ourselves down, then seeking support for all of us. It helped you, it helped me at the end of the day. Thank you very much.
What's your name, sir? You didn't mention your name.
The name is Abdul Moise Abbas.
Louise, okay. Thank you. Next, please. Right.
Yeah. Good afternoon. My name is Ajingo, and I'll be old school.
Oh.
Andy, don't say anything.
Ajingo.
Yeah, I'm behind songs like Philomena Petting, King David's Children Kemi. So I've been around. I was part of Musica because Uncle Bessa, you are sitting here, so my question is to you. Back in the days when Alaji was on the seat, before Mami also came. But then I see that Musica don't really help the musicians. You don't fight for them. So I dropped. Why am I saying this? Cambro is there collecting people's money without their knowledge. And Musica as a body to protect the musicians' properties are sitting there not doing anything. I don't know what you are doing. I'm saying what I see. Because if you say we are a family and you are fighting for us, then you have to do something to Cambro. You have to push them to put the right logistics in place. So that when radio station is playing instrument song, we know that, oh, it has been played for 3 times in a week or so. So she knows what she's getting at the end of the day. But these things are all there and nothing is happening. So, what are you doing way forward? Because you are advertising Musica so that people can join. A lot of the Gen Zs are here and they want to know what Musica can offer them. But if these things are not put in place rightfully, no matter whatever they do and bring out, it still costs zero, costs 90.
Right.
And you know, recording is not easy. Promotion is not easy. Even finding an executive producer nowadays, it doesn't come cheap. Unless somebody sees that your song is out there and doing well before they poach you. So as a body, I believe he can do something. So I'm putting it to you. Yes.
Right. Thank you very much. I suggest they answer the questions before we move. They answer them before we move to the next questions, please. So, yeah, Deep Black, I think you had a question from... Oops. You had a question from the start.
Sorry.
Luis, you asked the question to Deep Black, right? Okay. But would you want to...
Okay.
Right.
Can I answer?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Mr. Luis, please, I think you need to do your research on me a little bit more. First thing, I've been a member of Musica since 2011. I've been a member of Musica for 15 years. I have not benefited anything from Musica. That's fine. Number two, in the same year, when Obua was Musica president, I was part of the delegation that went to the Ministry of Finance and petitioned for $2 million those times. Pardon? Yes, all the money, everything that I was told the money was going to be used for wasn't done.
Yeah.
Later on, they said they used $850,000 for research into how music contributes to the GDP of Ghana and other things. So, if you say support, Musica, I've supported. Number two, Gamro. 4 years ago, I brought in 4 people from Kapaso, South Africa. They stayed in my home. They were willing to set up a royalty collection software system here to track the royalties of Ghanaian musicians. The director of Gamro at the time was Rexoma. He was expecting them. They came and stayed in my house for 6 days, and Rexoma didn't pick anybody's call for all the 6 days. So when you say support, maybe.
Okay. Nsroma, I think that was a question for... The first question was for Nsroma, huh? Right.
Can you hear me? Okay, yes. Thank you. Yes, we promote the platform. There are a number of channels internally that we ride on to promote the platform, which is ongoing. And it is leveraging on the back of those that I gave you the numbers I spoke about. Is the promotions we do. Some of these channels are actually channels we sell to brands and other people to promote their services, their products as well. So we take some of that budget and push CRBT on those platforms. We just finished running a campaign the past 3 months where we gave out cash rewards, weekly prizes, monthly, and then for the whole period. So it is something we are consistently doing. But for a platform like CRBT, it will not do well alone by itself if you, the artist with the music, don't show it to the customers. Okay, so when you throw your weight behind it and they know that my favorite artist is on here, it's a good enough reason with the emotional attachment and everything to want to. Another way CRBT actually promotes itself is when you call somebody today and the person has a tone, after you listen to it, it tells you if you want this, press any 2 keys. And right there, you could take the action and then download the song. That's a CRBT promoting itself every day on millions of calls that Ghanaians make on MTN. So I think for visibility, it has it. What we need now is your collaboration. We promote on social media as well, but if all the artists have it on there, you release a song, you say you can find this on CRBT with this code, it also gives it that next level mileage with your collaboration as well. Thank you.
Right. Next question, please. Okay, Sconti. Yes, sir. Okay, there's a question. Oops. There's a question for, okay, right.
Yeah.
About Musica, okay. Right.
Yeah. Thank you very much. For the first, my friend who just was doing a contribution. Yes, I mean, Musica we had a website. It wasn't up to, what we wanted. So we've gone back building it, to make it more up to date. And also, let me commend D Black here. I met D Black when I came back to Ghana through Musica. And he's been a big support for music. Anytime we call on him, he supports us. So I know anytime we call on him, it will be delivered. For my friend at the back who said Musica is not doing anything, I think it's the other way around. For the past 2 years, things have changed with Musica. You don't hear people go around saying bad things about Musica. Yeah. Most of them were not true anyway, but we have done a good job to keep Musica afloat. You have to join Musica. I mean, this program today, Musica is part of it.
Well, he said he's an active member.
Sorry?
He said he's an active member.
Yeah, I'm just saying, for him to know that programs like this, Musica is part of it. Musica invites its members to come to such programs to benefit. We are going to even take this further. We're taking this program to Ashanti, Bono, all the regions for every musician to benefit. And like I said, there are so many things that Musica does that if you are not a member, you might not know. But we look after our members. And also with GAMRO, we have been supporting GAMRO. If you check the history, up to date, GAMRO was started by Musica. But Musica does not collect royalties. But if you remember, and you are a member of GAMRO and you are not getting your royalties, I bet you once you finish your probational year, we can within 2 weeks put you on GAMRO's bill. And by the way, GAMRO very soon will be going, I don't know, but I'm telling you, GAMRO will be going fully digital. And when that happens, at least we will not even ask, we will see our royalties before it gets to us. So Musica has been doing little bits and pieces. Thank you.
I think Mr. Bessa Simmons can change the face of Musica and turn things around. So, boss, everybody in this room is depending on you to change the face of Musica and also transparency in GAMRO. When other royalty collection societies collect your money for you, 2 months before the money hits your account, you get a statement. It tells you, from France, here. This is the number of streams. It gives you details. Why is our system broken? If other societies can do it, why can't GAMRO do it? It's been years of existence. Please help us fix this. You are a leader now. You are the head of Musica. Let's fix this, please. Kwakasi is looking in your face. Sir.
Sure,
Okay,
sure.
let's take 2 more questions and we'll be done, please. Right.
Yeah, my name is Destiny. My question is, and I want to add up to Musica concern of this whole brouhaha. When you check what Musica has been doing for the past years, almost all the artists, when you are trying to tell them, Charlie, go and register to Musica, they say, Charlie, Musica, there's no any hope in Musica. Most of the artists I have been engaging into, so many artists, they will tell you there's nothing in Musica. And it's like Musica too are in their house. Oh, if you want, then you come. It should have been a mandatory that at least as an artist in Ghana here, you need to register as a member. You see, and they have to even engage, even if it is money that you borrow from the government, at least engage top artists, bring them together, and let them know. They will go to the young ones who are looking up to them and tell them, you know what, go and be part of Musica. But it looks like you are in your house. Oh, if you want, come and register. They will not come because the person he is looking up to is telling you that Musica is not doing well. The person he is looking at, his Musica is not doing. How can he, the young one, come and register Musica? And one thing to Musica, for the past years, I've been monitoring certain things. There's no an agenda for this music industry. When we come to check, there are so many artists here. There's no any agenda. Everybody is doing what he or she likes. Where is the agenda? At least Musica can groom maybe 20 artists, solid, promote them to Africa, not only in Ghana.
Right.
We have so many things we can do.
Right. Thank you very much.
Sometimes the pressure is too high. University of High Thinking.
Next
on the episode.
1 minute. Let me clear this, gentlemen. I want you to know one thing. What you said, there's no truth about it. So please ignore that. I would like to inform you. You know, we had the incubation project. That's where artists like Kiddy, Kwame Eugene came from. We've done a lot. If you do your research, sometimes you should also come home and ask. Me too, I'm a musician. If it's good, I benefit. I'm still collecting royalties. So it's not like somebody is running it down. Musica is doing a lot. You have to encourage your friend, your brother, your sister who is a musician to join Musica. Just quite recently, we had Stoneboy come to Musica office to talk to the upcoming artists. If you were there, you will see how important this is and how other people are going to spring out from these things. So please, that negative thing, I think we should stop. Rather, let's encourage musicians to get the full benefit of what they should get from Musica.
Baba Sadiq is testing his mic.
And I just have a little intervention, Uncle Bessa. I think that, of course, Musica does a lot of good works in the past. They've led the advocacy front, and they continue to do. But I think there's a disconnect that must be noted. Obviously, the disconnect is that, like the Black and all these talents I've mentioned, across the world every day, labels are reaching out to them, publishers are reaching out to them, everybody's reaching out to them, and they have a more progressive, digitized system, And so the mindset that in terms of Musica today, where they say, you need to come to us, I get it. It used to be the case previously. For today's active music users and talents today, it won't work like that. So that's a disconnect. My suggestion, though, is that off record, obviously, for Musica, maybe you should adopt the approach of what the political parties have done. You need to be seen to be, I know it's expensive, it's difficult, it's hectic. You need to be at the forefront of moving to them in the ways that we political parties should do. Political parties these days start to recruit from universities, TAIN, TESCON, all those things.
So what do you suggest, door to door?
No, not door to door.
Run ambassadors.
Whatever you're saying, move to them.
Andy, for instance, Musica should probably have a youth league president for Musica, which mirrors what your political parties will do. So the sort of activity that the very much older group, the board, will not be able to do, the youth league will lead it. So if D Black is a youth league president at Musica, every year, he sits, he goes into conclave. There's a strategy on how many new talents you need to onboard, how to publicize your activities, how to amplify all those things that you are doing that will be in the face of everybody, how to modernize the face of it, and then encourage all these people to come to you easily from the comfort of their homes. Because today, there are talents that have never released a song on a CD before. Today, some of your top talents have never dropped a song on a CD and do not even understand how we used to move around and actually get a hit around. And that is their generation. If you tell them to actually move in the ways you're moving to get a hit across the world, they will not, because through their marketing agent or whatever, at the comfort of their homes or with their budget, their song is popping across the world. Their agents are pitching them onto festivals and all of that. The agents are moving to them and say, look, I've got access to 20 festivals across the world. I can put you on 20 festivals across the world. Let's go into a deal. This is my contract. Every day, so people are coming to them. So I want Musica structures to be strong. I think if we have a more buoyant, dominant music that is in your face, that is at the forefront of advocacy for changes in the industry, that is engaging the relevant structures like they've been doing. Look, I know Uncle Bessa, I know the things they've been doing, but this is very quiet in the background, the few engagement. He's worried every time. Every time when he engages me, he's putting his worries across, and I know I'm not the only one. He engages a lot of people. What can you guys help do to us? I know he's engaging government structures, the part of TUC. Look at what they're talking about with the pensions. Commendable, I just said it here. Commend, because pensions has been one of the things that industry has been thinking about. And in fact, even further, the pension funds that exist in the country is in trillions. We are looking for money to actually engage and build the structures and do all those things that government in itself may not have. The pension funds could be there. So I feel that that disconnect must be bridged. If you've spent years and years of, you need to come to us, you need to come and know what you're doing and everything. The generation that exists, believe me, it will not work. So you need to feel that disconnect. Perhaps you need to look at the structures again. If the board and the what do you call it? Your biggest decision-making body is what? Congress? Your NEC. If your NEC will look at it, conference will look at it, revamp it, take a look at the structures anymore, have a higher board at the top, have a youth league, probably have a women, what do you call it, league element of it, set activities on how you can onboard more new stars, create a lot more, so that every month you would have a more amplified presence, you would engage, every year you know, throughout the year, we're going to engage these people, we're going to engage these people, we're looking for budget to engage a group of maybe music streaming platforms, we want to understand CRBT. What killed CRBT earlier, now that they're picking it, was because of the perception that the telco was making so much money from ahead of the talent, you know? But there was no unified front on how do we even engage the content aggregators, creators? Because the telco says, we've invested in the platform and the platform is working and blah, 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 blah. You know, the aggregators also say that we've invested in the relationship with the telcos. The musician says, I'm taking so much for it, I don't understand it. There was no unified front to say, look, let's sit at the table, how do we negotiate? In the ways TUC will do. Today, when you go into mining, for instance, the Ghana Mine Workers Union have taken it. They are a very important body, their voice is strong. So maybe there has to be that. But I can also understand that it takes money, it takes effort, it takes a lot of things. But if you do not build the traction and begin to show the way in feeling that disconnect, it becomes difficult. Other than that, kudos to the work you're doing with the existing resources you have. You've done so well so far, but you need to fill in the disconnect.
Right. I would want to add that, yeah. Apart from Musica, you know, the institutions in the industry start from the Copyright Office. And I must say that our Copyright Office, I mean, in those days of Honorable Betty Mould and others, it was the Copyright Office that was organizing workshops. I learned half of my knowledge in the industry from seminars and workshops from the Copyright Office. The Copyright Office works under the Attorney General. And as their mandates, like as a government office, that is their work. Unfortunately, nobody talks about them now. They are to empower the union. They are to support GAMRO. In fact, they are to work on, you know, piracy, all these legal issues and things, because they are the office for copyright, and our work falls under that. So I would want us to look at that. And then also, when it comes to GAMRO, you asked the question about why the structures are not there. What happened was, every CMO, when they are starting, for the first 2-3 years, they don't pay royalties. So they use that money to get the structures. Unfortunately, not so in Ghana. And so that 20-30% that the organization is to use to man them, that's the only fund they have. And so the issue has been getting the money to get the softwares and stuff like that. After this, I would like to tell me how it ended on your issue about GAMRO collecting those royalties.
I never asked them.
I'll work on it. I'll check that for you. And so, long and short, I think the CRBT MTN is talking about today is one way that, as a Ghanaian artist, you can make some income, you know, easily without investing so much on other platforms. And, you know, they say charity begins at home. So if you have your work coming out and you know that MTN can help you reach so much of your fans, even on your WhatsApp wall where you have a lot of people on, your fans on it, if you are able to get the CRBT and you can send them links so they can load easily, I think it will be a way that you can make some income from your work. As GH Music Publishing, we realize that the ignorance is so much. So we organize quarterly seminars, and most of the time, some even online and in person. I will encourage you when you see any of our flyers to join those kind of workshops, because that is where we train. I learned a lot from workshops.
I guess you have to try as much as you can to popularize it.
Yes.
So a lot of people will get on board. Let me take the final question. Because of time, we may not. I think we have to do this again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Greetings. I think mine comes in a question and also a contribution. So as a young artist, it's been like 4 or 5 years doing...
You're a young artist.
I'm a young artist. Am I not a young artist? Am I not a young artist? I mean, I've been doing research on Ghanaian music, specifically high life. And then moving around, I've noticed that there are so many things that were not documented. It's even hard to know some of the legendary musicians who played on certain records, because it's always the face of the main artist. Then you go back door in trying to know much about the sound. When you feel like, okay, I want to even do something on it, then you get to understand that they don't even own the song, or that is another education. But I feel like if there's an avenue where I can actually walk in and get to know that 5 decade or 6 decade of the Ghanaian catalog. I stand to be corrected that High Life's first recording was around 1920, thereabout. So if there is a space I can actually walk in and listen to some legendary records as a form of education in trying to also stand for the sound which represents Ghana, I think we would all be directed to Musica or a library. And one thing that I also want to chip in, because MTN is in now, how is MTN also going to help digitalize that space? Because now, let's take the trending movie in the world right now, which is Michael Jackson. Imagine this whole years, he has been in court, he has lost his catalog and everything. That this biopic of him is actually going to give double money to him as a legend or his legacy. So if we have all these legends there and probably they get to the pension stage where monies have not been made properly, but we can capitalize on their stories and their sound and build biopics where MTN will come in form of trying to digitalize it to all of us. I think when I also get to that stage of being that legend, I would have something there for people to fall on. Not just the music now where we can, I don't know if you understand, but I think we should also look at the other avenues where we can capitalize on, still using the music and digitalizing it for the future. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Now, because of time, I think we were supposed to end at 1:10. We've exceeded our time. I would want us to take a look. Do we have the QR codes now? Last question. Okay, see. I thought you were no longer mad.
No, this question goes to this woman.
Which woman?
Yeah, so about the CRBT, right? Before there was this middlemen who were doing the CRBT thing. Agents. I had my songs. I remember one, Mr. John Toto. You know, he was the boss of that the company that I was dealing with, and they were dealing with the network companies, and they were like the middlemen, right? It got to a point our songs were not making money, but the songs people were still using it for CRBT, color tunes, and stuff like that. We never got anything. We tried to follow up. They said we should go and look for the company. The company didn't exist anymore. We don't even know where the man is, the company is at, right? But the song was still, it was still in the system. So my first question, how do I get paid? How do I, get like a statement from all this time that my songs people have been using it for color tunes? How do I get paid for that? Secondly, if we are going to promote CRBT at this time, are we still going to deal with middlemen, or we can deal directly with MTN? I'm saying this because, these companies, they deal with this middlemen, and they have contracts. Couple of years, they have different companies that they're dealing with. Then you, the artists, have contracts through this middleman, and they still keep your songs circulating. In this way, how do I get paid? Are we going to see the future of CRBT where you can, let's say an app, you can just go on the app and sign up and be part, and submit your songs, or are we still going to be dealing with the middleman?
All right. Thank you very much. Right. I think this to you, Nsroma. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you can see on the screen, there's a QR code. If you can scan it now, quickly, please, if you can scan it, there are questions that we need to answer. And there is something that's coming your way once you get it correctly. Nsroma, please go ahead. Thank you.
CRBT is...
If you can answer under a minute, I'll be grateful.
There are so many artists, okay? And we don't have the capacity and resources to manage them on an individual basis. So it is necessary that we work through aggregators. So currently, we have 3 aggregators here present. I mentioned that if you want to be onboarded, we could talk to them. We have, we currently have Dems Momentum, we have Ziki Media, we have Music Mosaic. They are here. They could sign anybody who wants to be signed up to CRBT today, here before. I mean, they take your details and then you finish the paperwork and take it from there. Now, when it comes to the fact that the song is on the platform, still playing, and then you are not making any monies, I am sure there's a contract between you and that, the aggregator. It's important as an artist to keep an eye on that agreement. If the agreement is in place and you are not getting your money, it is a legal binding document. You have to use the necessary means for them to give you your money, because as long as the song is on our platform, we are paying for it every month. How do you know? That is why we are having gatherings like this, to give you the awareness. As long as we have the song on the platform and customers are paying, and they are, because that's why you are hearing them play, we are paying your aggregators the money. So if you are not getting it, it means they are shortchanging you. And so it's important to keep an eye on that contract and enforce the terms of it. Now, if they tell you they are no longer with MTN and you still hear your songs playing, they have to make sure the song is not there. I mean, we don't have visibility over the contract you have with your partner. But then before we upload a song, we get something to show that you have given them the authority to use it. But then if something has happened between you, we would not know, because they had already given us that you've given them consent. So it's important that you hold them accountable for the material you've given to them. And whether it's going to be an app, currently, CRBT has a web platform. I spoke about it, that you can go online and click and download a song. It's not an app yet, and that is for customers. So this is some of the feedback we are taking from here on how we can make the experience better for the artist as well. So this is very well noted, and it will be looked into and worked on. Did I miss any other?
He spoke about statements.
Okay, so about the statement as well. So it means that there's a platform now that is for the customer to go download. So we've taken this feedback, like if I go on Boomplay now, even if I go on YouTube, I see from my distributor backend, I can see the downloads and how much each one is bringing. So we'll take that into consideration to give you that kind of visibility as well on the platform. And Uncle Bessa was asking, if somebody is a layman, like on the CRBT platform, as in, is it as an aggregator or as an artist wanting your, as an artist? Yeah, so we have Dems Momentum here. We have Ziki Media. We have Music Mosaic. They are here present. They can register you, but would also look at exploring the various unions to put it out there, how you can get the right contacts to you so that if somebody approaches you, you would have contacts for them to start interacting with.
Right.
Yes, that's why it's important to be part of the body so that some of this information will be readily available as well. Of course, we would use social media and all the other digital platforms as well, but this is also a very solid platform that we could also communicate some of these opportunities and collaborations.
Okay, well, thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've scanned it. Are we good? Okay. Since you've scanned it, shall we please have the first question? Let's have this under 5 minutes, please. First question. Drum roll. 3, 2, 1. Which MTN service lets callers hear a selected tune while waiting for you to answer? I just asked. Oh, you're blocking it? Okay. That's way up there. Which MTN service lets callers hear a selected tune while waiting for you to answer? Is anyone getting it correctly? No, that's way up there. I'm sorry? The answers are below. Ah, okay. Oh, I didn't want to display that. Who's Kemens? Someone got it correctly. Who's Kemens? Kemens. Kemens, please come. You have a brand new phone. Congrats. Oh, so Kemens didn't win? Okay. Which short code is used to access MTN radio? The answers are 170, 1355, 138, and 1303. Scoreboard. Next question. What is the short code for MTN caller tunes? Once we're done, the winners will be displayed on the board or on the screen. Thank you. I hope I'm not blocking any of you. Kaish. Next question. Which service is most suitable for customers who want to discover charts, playlists, DJ mixes, and African music content? Possible answers are SIM Toolkit, Caller Tunes, MTN Radio Only, and Modundo. Ish. Episode, why you make one like that? On PlayUp, which feature helps users find content based on how they feel? Possible answers: balance inquiry, star key copy, playlist by mood, call waiting. Wait a minute, who is Ace? Maybe I say. Which Color Tunes action allows a customer to share a tune with another person? Answers are give tunes, create playlists, stream radio, and download albums. Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick. What is the name of the current MTN Color Tunes promo? Answers, Tune Your Mood promo, Feeling the Deep Color Tunes promo, Play the Beats promo, MTN Music Cash Out promo. I hope this time it's not Ace. Hi. And you're there. Now, which service would best fit a customer who wants African music downloads, playlists, and charts? Answers are MTN Radio, Star Key Copy, Color Tunes, Mdondo. Now, if you are an MTN worker or you are part of the production team, you are disqualified. Thank you. If you work here or you are part of the production team, you are disqualified. Thank you. Now, which platform is known as Flexible 360 Degrees Music? A music service with streaming, downloads, video clips, radio, and playlists. Answers are PlayUp, Momo Play, Color Tunes, MTN Radio. Make up you. Ayeka. Next question. Which service is more focused on the full listening experience with artists, albums, radio, charts, and video clips? Answers are MTN Radio Short Code, Color Tunes, Play Up, Feeling the Deep promo. Feeling the Deep, I beg your pardon. Feeling the Deep promo. Don't worry. If the person works here or is part of the production team, he will be respectfully disqualified. Thank you. Now we're picking just 3 winners. Asa of Kwampa, Fame, Ace, Kitana Deval. Wow. Who's Kitana Deval? Please come forward. If you find your name on the board, please come. Really? You are Kitana Delval? Okay, wow. I hear Ace. Where is Ace? So Ace is part of the production, so he is disqualified. He should have stopped playing. In that case, I think the next person will be Episode. Please join us. Okay. Wow. This is interesting. But you knew you couldn't win, and you were still playing. Same way. Do we have Acting Chief Consumer Officer, Mr. Guido Sopime? Is Guido here? Is Guido here? No? Okay. Then, Bless, please help us with the... Thank you very much. Baba Sadiq, Your Excellency, please. Excellency, thank you very much. The other winner. This man right here is Asa of Kwampa fame. Yes. Congratulations to you. What do you have in there? I know there is a phone. What else? Wait a minute. Oh, wow. What's that? Check what it is. Is that a flask? Or cash day inside? I beg. That one, if cash day inside, bring it back. Yes. Oh, it's a Bluetooth speaker. Congratulations. Right. Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have to do this again. We have to do this conference again. Now, while we're closing, please let us all welcome Nsroma for the closing remarks. Nsroma, please. Thank you very much. Let's welcome her back on the stage.
Gamro, Your Excellency, Ambassador to Nigeria, Musica, MTN leadership, our invited guests, and all musicians here present. We want to say a very big thank you for taking time off your schedules and being here with us today to have this conversation around how we can generate revenues from our hard-earned talents and investments, and how to take the industry forward. It is said that if you want to go fast, you go alone. And if you want to go far, you go together. The industry will not grow unless we collaborate, bring all our advantages together, and take advantage of the synergies. So let's keep talking and let's keep taking the actions that will move us forward. And thank you so much, our MC, for making this a wonderful program. Thank you for coming, and we are looking forward to having you back anytime we invite you for an event like this. God bless you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, please don't leave yet. For those of you who couldn't win anything, there are souvenirs for you. Again, we have lunch also coming up, so you can take it away. And thank you very much for coming. We just hope we do this again for a conversation like this, beyond how to upload music, a conversation that focuses on the bigger goal, turning music into a sustainable wealth-building business. My name is Andy Dusty. I work with a multimedia group. I hope I'll see you again some other time. Enjoy the very best of the day. Bye for now.
Another one this pounds and dollar track this. Just mark this. And we really got to you to track this.
Going to the library. Going to the library.
Okay.
I'm going for my graduation. Go well.
Education changes stories, and being part of these stories is the real passion for us. MTN.
Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, we put the final touch that we have it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Take 5 minutes, guys.
People, the hustle is real, but Ghanaians are pushing it. I have been so inspired by what people are doing. If you now you know do for yourself, nobody go do for you. So you for do now.
Every step, every story, and every hustle. We're backing your journey. Together, let's build that dream from the start to something spectacular. MTN.